Afternoon, folks. Welcome to Ian's quiz time, isolation quiz time. How are you doing? Okay? It's a nice day today, so I hope if you've got a garden, that you were out in it or managing to get a little walk. And I hope everyone's still sticking to the rules and keeping well. So let's get on with it. This is again quiz 2, part 2. Okay? Again, 25 questions, so this will keep you going. And it's question 26. Molten animal fat used for candles and soap is called what? Molten animal fat used for candles and soap is called what? And question 27. Which British university was the first to admit women for degrees? Which British university was the first to admit women for degrees? Here's a good one. Question 28. Pop music. Which country does the singer and songwriter Joni Mitchell come from? So which country does the singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell come from? Okay. Question 129 is a sports question. At what age in horse racing does a filly become a mare? Here's a good one. At what age in horse racing does a filly become a mare? So that's a horse racing sports question. Question 30, movies and television. Who played a young equestrian in the film International Velvet? That's going back a bit. So movies and television, question 30. Who played a young equestrian in the film International Velvet? Question 31. What would a mycologist study? So what would a mycologist study? M-Y-C-O-L-O-G-I-S-T. Question 31. What would a mycologist study? And question 32. What are the flowers of willow trees called? Here's a good one. What are the flowers of willow trees called? And question 33 is pop music. Which group has the 87 hit album Scoundrel Days? Which group had the 1987 hit album Scoundrel Days? Oh, a lot of people liked them. Okay. Question 34. Sport. Whom did Boris Becker beat in the 1985 Wimbledon tennis final? Whom did Boris Becker beat in the 1985 Wimbledon tennis final? And question 35, movies and television. In the television series EastEnders, what is Lofty's full name? Remember, the questions were made back in the 80s, so he was a character in EastEnders then. So what was Lofty's full name? Does anybody remember that far back with EastEnders? There will be somebody that's a fanatic. Question 36. Is heat kinetic or radiant conserved energy? Is heat kinetic, radiant, or is it heat kinetic, radiant, or conserved energy? So that's question 36. Is heat kinetic, radiant, or conserved energy? Question 37. It was a 10th part of a legion and consisted of 600 infantrymen. What is it called? I presume this is back to Roman times. It was a 10th part of a legion and consisted of 600 infantrymen. What is it called? Question 38, pop music. What was the only #1 hit for Cliff Richard and the Drifters before they changed their name to the Shadows? What was the only #1 hit for Cliff Richard and the Drifters before they changed their name to the Shadows? Question 39, sport. Who sank the putt which won the 1985 Ryder Cup in golf? So who sank the putt which won the 1985 Ryder Cup in golf? And question 40, movies and television. In which 1961 film classic did Paul Newman play Fast Eddie Nelson? I think it's Nelson. It could be Felson. Movies and television. In which 1961 film classic did Paul Newman play Fast Eddie Felson? It is Felson. Question 41. How many moons has the planet Venus? So how many moons has the planet Venus? Question 42. In which country do the Dayaks live? I thought it was dialects there, but Daleks, but Dayaks. In which country do the Dayaks live? D-Y-A-K-S. Question 43 is pop music. Of which group of the 70s did the duo Dollar come from? So everybody remember Dollar, guy and a girl. But what group did they come from? So what group did Dollar come from in the 70s? Okay. Question 44, sport. At what long odds did Snow Knight win the 1974 Epsom Derby? So you can always guess. At what long odds did Snow Knight win the 1974 Derby? And question 45, movies and television. Which singer led the convoy in the film of the same name in 1978? Which singer led the convoy in the film of the same name in 1978? That's a movie and television. Okay. Question 46. What does a whale use for breathing? 46. What does a whale use for breathing? Question 47. How many sides has a rhombus? So remember back to your maths days at school. How many sides has a rhombus? Question 48. What Noel Harrison song hit #8 and also won an Oscar from the film The Thomas Crown Affair in 1969? What song by Noel Harrison hit #8 in the charts and also won an Oscar from the film The Thomas Crown Affair in 1969? Question 49, sport. What is athlete Kathy Cook's maiden name? So what is athlete Kathy Cook's maiden name? It's quite a tough one. Okay, if you remember back then. Question 50, movies and television. On whose television chat show did Margaret Thatcher appear with Barry Manilow in 1984? Movies and television. On whose television chat show did Margaret Thatcher appear with Barry Manilow in 1984? So that's the 25 questions for today, and I'll get back to you soon with the answers. Okay? Good to hear from you and see you. Thank you. Bye.